Hey everybody, it's me, Amelia Lady B, and I am back with another episode of the Hot Flash Chronicles. I'm so sorry, I've been gone for quite some time, but I kind of needed to take a break for a little bit, and get myself together, especially for the new year. But I am back with a new episode. As you can see from the title, this is my 5-year anniversary to my hysterectomy, and so I wanted to just come on and talk to you guys about it and let you know what I've learned. If it's your first time visiting my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to click on the notifications to know when I post another video. Of course, if you're already a part of the family, welcome back. Okay, so 5 years, guys. 5 years. What? Yeah. So December 17th, 2014 is when I had my big surgery. I'm going to tell you, it was a total hysterectomy, and I'm going to give the proper name for it. I had to go look it up in my records. So I had a total abdominal hysterectomy and bilateral splangio-oophorectomy. I know I jacked that up. You'll see it somewhere at the bottom of the screen. But anyway, I had that. It was the removal of my uterus, my cervix, my ovaries, parts of my vagina, all that stuff. I also had another procedure along with that. I haven't really talked about that procedure because I'm not ready to discuss that. I haven't been for some time, but soon I'll get myself together to be able to do so. Okay, so what have I learned in the last 5 years? It has been such a journey. And if you've been watching my videos, you know I'm very transparent. I talk about a lot of different topics when it comes to managing surgical menopause. All right, so the first one is I knew I needed a therapist. I learned that I needed a therapist. I had gone 4 years. Yes, I know, horrible. I had gone 4 years without seeing a therapist, and I truly believe I wish I had started seeing a therapist when I was managing my endometriosis, when I was going through the endo process, all those years. But I didn't. It wasn't even something that really crossed my mind. I think because I was so wrapped up in my physical health and all these doctor's appointments that I just became so overwhelmed and just tired. Endo makes you really, really tired. Like your body is just drained. And so I really never really thought about getting a therapist. So 4 years, like I said, 4 years into my after my post-hysterectomy, I decided to go get a therapist. At the time that I went to therapy, I had, I don't know, it was like something that clicked in my head. It was like I couldn't manage my emotions properly. I was really all over the place. I would get angry so quickly, and then just trying to balance my I was trying to figure out, did I want to go on hormone replacement therapy? And also at the time too, because my surgery was about 8 hours, a little over 8 hours, and I ended up developing a blood clot in my right leg. So I was on a blood thinner, warfarin, Coumadin. If you're familiar with it, it's a blood thinner. And so I was on that for 4 years. My doctor had me on it. A lot of people ask me why I was on it for so long. I can't get into that. My doctor said, I was being monitored, so that's all. I was being monitored. It's a long conversation, but I was being monitored, and I haven't had an episode since. So now I am off. I mean, I'm off the medication. I'm somewhat. I haven't had a blood clot since then. We'll talk about other issues later. But I was on the warfarin, and so I was managing. I had to change my eating because I couldn't eat as much of the healthier greens and different things that I wanted to eat. So I was trying to manage how to eat. I was managing my emotions. I was managing my mood, hot flashes, not being able to sleep. I mean, every symptom or cause of or hormonal change caused to menopause, to surgical menopause, happened to me. Like, everything happened, and it seemed almost like it gradually happened. I can't say it all happened at one time. I can't say that. I experienced hot flashes immediately. Insomnia and all that other stuff came eventually, because after, I'm gonna say probably after, like, medication wore out of my body, because I was taking, of course, prescription you say Percocets and stuff like that for pain management. And then as I got off of all of that stuff, I could say the insomnia kicked in about maybe, it kicked in maybe about 6 months later. But then I had to have another surgery, and then I was back on medication, whatever. So I had to manage all that. So I felt like I was on a roller coaster that would never stop. It was just going full speed ahead. It would never stop, and I couldn't take it. And so I had to find me a therapist, and thank God that I did at the time that I did, because she helped me to process a lot of what was going on. She helped me to understand that what I was feeling was okay. She helped me to set boundaries in place for myself, which I didn't know that was possible for me. And I'll talk about that later. So definitely seeing a therapist. Number 2, prayer is really important to me. I'm a Christian, and so my faith is very important to me. And so it took a lot of praying. Even though I kind of was angry with God, I was angry with him when I was angry with him when going through endometriosis and all this kind of stuff. And I know people be like, well, then how could you, serve a God that, didn't answer your prayers to be healed? But I must say I was healed. I was just healed in a different way. The book is coming soon. But yeah, I was healed in a different way. And through my prayer, I learned that this journey was not necessarily just for me, but it was from it. I went through it, and then he gave me the strength to sit right here and do this video and do the videos that I did prior, and to create Millennial and Menopause, and to continue to share what I've been through and then what I'm currently going through now. So prayer was very important to me. The third thing is, I've learned about having a really good support system, and I gained a really good support system through my process. Like, prior to my hysterectomy, I had a couple of coworkers that I was working with that I shared with what I was going through, because I was really sick a lot with endo, and so they would ask questions, and so I ended up telling them. We were really close. We were pretty close. I trusted them, and so when I told them about my hysterectomy, which was very hard for me because I don't like sharing my personal business to just anybody, I mean, well, now, I share everything, but back then it was very hard for me. And they really were very supportive to me during that time. My cousins, sister-in-law, were very supportive to me. My aunt, who stayed with me in the hospital during my hysterectomy, during actually all of my surgeries, she's been there for me. And having a support system is very important. It is. It's when you're going through anything in life, but definitely when you're going through something such as a hysterectomy, for any woman, of course, for me, as you know, as I've shared, I've never had children. So, and prior to my hysterectomy, my goal was to preserve and to try to retrieve eggs, but it was impossible to do so. And so my hysterectomy was very emotional for me. It was kind of like I didn't look at it in a positive way. Let's put it that way. Just being honest. I didn't look at it in a positive way at all. And my support system was just there for me, to help me, walk me through a lot. So having a support system is very important to help you through your recovery process, and also just through the process of going through the hysterectomy, like to diagnosis or being told that you have to have one, or make the decision on your own, however it may come. Having that support system is very, very important. The fourth thing is self-care. Self-care is therapy is a part of self-care, but self-care is very, very important. I learned to step back and just breathe. I started going back to the beach on like Saturday mornings or days that I had time off. Taking time off of work as well, using my PTO time, definitely, and just being okay with being by myself. Not that I wasn't, but being okay to be by myself, be writing my journal, massages, going to the movies, just little stuff that helped me maintain my sanity. Number 5, research is a big, big, big thing that I learned. I did so much research post hysterectomy. I didn't have time before the hysterectomy because it was like I had a surgery. My doctor was like, you need to have a hysterectomy, and literally 3 months later I had the surgery. So I didn't have much time to prepare. I didn't know what to expect. So post hysterectomy, I did a lot of research. Like I was researching, definitely Googling about hormone replacement therapy, because that's something that it's your choice if you want to do it. Watch one of my videos that I actually discuss hormone replacement therapy, how to manage naturally and all that stuff. Like it was a decision that I had to make on my own, and research helped me through that decision. And researching foods, how to lose weight and manage my weight. It was just so much, but do your own research, definitely. Number 6, affirming myself. So I had to affirm that, you're still a woman. I know it's crazy to even, it's not crazy. It's actually not crazy. I don't want to say that. It's not crazy because someone could be watching this video and feeling the same way. So it is not crazy. I apologize. But I had to affirm myself in my womanhood. And I know there are women who have had mammectomies, had a removal of their breasts, feel the same way after their surgeries. Some, I'm not going to say all. I'm not going to say all women who've had hysterectomy feel this way. But for me, personally, because of my goals in my life and the things that I wanted to do as far as giving birth, it made me, it's a lot of negative self-talk started becoming a part of me regularly. And I had to switch that off and affirm myself in my womanhood. I had to really deal with a lot. And all of that was dealt through with in therapy as well. But just affirming who I am as a woman, affirming who I am as a woman in surgical menopause. Really taking ownership of, I don't want to say ownership, but taking back what society has deemed as like a woman in menopause. Because, you know, all you know is older women, 45 and plus. And there's some women who are going through, oh, my phone. Sorry. It's my friend. So there are some women who are going through menopause, who are younger, whether they're going through it naturally and they're just going through perimenopause early for some reason, or women like myself who've had to have a hysterectomy for some reason or the other. Some women are having menopausal symptoms because of medications that they're on. And so there's so much, to me, I feel like there's like that stigma. Nobody wants to talk about menopause, but it's a part of life. It's a part of women's lives. Surgical menopause is a part of our lives, whether we like it or not. And so affirming who I am, who I was, or who I am as a woman in surgical menopause is very important. It's owning surgical menopause. You know, it's not like I'm trying to label myself, but it's what I'm dealing with, you know, and I'm okay with it. It's trying not to be embarrassed about it, but learning that this is the moments where I can educate people about it. Really empowering to you once you start talking about your journey. And it also helps other people to just open up and realize what they are going through and that they're not alone. Because since I started Millennial and Menopause, I met so many people through my social media, and it's not to say that they thought that they were the only ones, but it made them feel like they're not going crazy, because there are symptoms that aren't readily talked about, such as, you know, feelings of like anxiety, great anxiety. After my surgery, I had such an anxiety. I thought I was dying. And I literally cried every day. I cried every day in the hospital. Every single day I cried. When I came home, every single day I cried. And I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. I think I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. And that is because of the DVT. And when I came home, I cried every day. Every day. And I had no reason why. I didn't know why. I had no clue. Some I did know why. Like, I would watch movies, and if they had anything to do with children, I cried. It was a lot. But these are things that people don't really readily talk about. Surgical menopause is very different than just being in menopause. So for women who have somebody on a platform talking about it open, which I'm just so grateful to God, and also just proud of myself for being able to do it, that I believe it just made people more affirming in themselves as well, so that they're able to talk about it, and then they were able to open up to me as well. And I'm happy, I'm grateful, because they felt that confident in just believing in me, who I was, to share their personal stories. And I'm so honored to be that person that they can confide in and to be able to help and support them. So yeah, affirming myself was very important. And yeah, okay. So the last thing is setting boundaries and being okay if someone doesn't understand. This was a big thing that my therapist taught me. That's not the last one. Sorry, it's not the last one. So that was number 8. It was very important for me to set boundaries for myself. So boundaries is what I mean by boundaries is that it's okay to not attend baby showers. So I have not attended. I've been invited, but have not attended baby showers. And I've had several invites, but I declined all of them. I did have like someone, I would give money to somebody to go to the store to purchase the items. Some people will see it as maybe like you're jealous. Some people will say it's because you need to get over it. You could be a mom in a different way. You can always adopt. All these different things that people can say. All of them are things that people have said to me as well. And I used to get like red hot pissed off. Like the first time someone said that to me, I like cried with rage and like went off. But now I'm not raging anymore. I'm more so just explaining to them my situation, and listen, if you can't take it, then oh well, you got a gift. It's not like I just said screw you, hate you and your kid. No, I pray for people. When I hear that they're having children, I think it's a joy. I love it. It's beautiful. Beautiful thing. So prior to my hysterectomy, I was able to see one of my nephews born, my youngest nephew, able to see his birth. And the most beautiful thing ever to see life brought into the world. And I take so much joy in that. And I wish women, just anyone in my life who's with child and who is getting ready to give birth, all the love and just joy. I just pray blessings upon her. But I just can't attend the baby shower. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with that in yourself. And you have to be okay with if they get upset about it. This is for your mental health. Your mental health is very important. And it is important for you to take care of you. Because nobody else is going to do it. I don't care how many support people you have around you. They can't really take care of you. Only you can do that. And that is the biggest thing that I learned in therapy. Like, you would think that was a no-brainer, especially for someone who has a degree in mental health. You would think that, but it wasn't. I was like, well, I would have to go, right? But then who wants to see someone break down in the middle of your baby shower? I mean, I would think not. Then the attention goes on that person, right? Who wants that? No. Nobody wants that. So, listen, you gotta set your boundaries. Like, lay it out and be okay with all of your boundaries. Okay? Be okay with if you're not ready to talk about your situation It's okay. If you're not ready to talk about your hysterectomy, you don't have to. Not yet. If you're not able to do it, then you're not able to do it. It's a hard thing to talk about. So if you're not ready, it's okay. It's your boundaries, okay? Number 9, understanding my health at this stage in my life. A year ago, not a year ago. Lies. Actually, this year. Sorry. This year, I was put on blood pressure medication. I got off of warfarin, and then I got put onto blood pressure medication about maybe like 6 months after. And it was because my pressure was really high. I had been noticing the elevation, but exercise and everything, I would be managing that. And but it just got too high at one point, and then it wouldn't come down. So I had to be put on the blood pressure medication. My goal is to come off by next year. So I'm exercising. I'm eliminating the salt in my diet, or the amount of salt in my diet. I'm cooking differently. Drinking lots of water. I'm just doing whatever I can to manage my blood pressure in a healthy way. So that was a big one for me, because I said to myself I never wanted to be on high blood pressure medication. Yes, it does run in my family. High blood pressure runs in my family. My mother did pass away of a massive heart attack when she was 35. And for me, I just wanted to take better care of myself and know that, because I knew I was at risk, especially too because of the hysterectomy. It does increase your risk of high blood pressure or heart disease. So these are things that we really have to be aware of, which is why I said do your research, and know your family history, know your risk factors, because menopause does, because the imbalance of our hormones with the fluctuation so quickly when we go into surgical menopause, our body it goes into shock. My weight came up quickly within a year. I started off at 115 pounds. I think I was 115 pounds. Then it went up to 165. Okay? Yes, there's a story in the middle of that. But like I said, I'll tell it in the book. So, 165, and it kept climbing up. The highest I've been was 185. Currently, I am 175. Yeah, I know. Okay, I'm working on it, right? So, managing my health in that sense, managing my mental health, managing my sleep habits. Oh, God. I'm managing it, y'all. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Working on it. Let's just say we're working on it. That's it. So it's I'm taking vitamins, which is part of number 10. How do I manage my health? So I'm sorry, no, that's actually a question. So I'm doing things to, I'm understanding so much about my body. This is brain fog, by the way, coming in. I'm getting so distracted. I'm forgetting what I'm supposed to say. But at this stage of my life, I am 38 years old. I'm learning Now I'm at a stage where I'm ready to start, I'm like, you're like career and, you know, looking at early retirement, talking about retirement plans and, managing your 401k and all that jazz, multiple streams of income. And you're managing your health because you're realizing you're not 22, you're 38, right? Some people are a little bit older than I am, probably watching this video, and you're probably laughing at me, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. But yeah, I'm at this stage in my life where my health is very important to me, and so I do a lot of research. I do really take pride in taking care of my health and managing my every step, every day. I'm focused on me. Like literally, I am the center of when I wake up. It's me. My focus is on me. Why my focus is on me? Because if I don't focus on what I need to do, like focus on my health, then it gets away from me. You'll be eating anything you want to eat, and I can't do that. I have to talk to myself. Drive past Pizza Hut. No, you just had some yesterday or something like that. No, you're not buying that bag of chips. No soda. It's horrible for you. Focus. Being conscious of what I'm doing, how I'm feeling as well, because that's where my prayer comes in. That's where I then have to just take time to myself and maybe take a minute before I go into work, take a minute, take a break during the day, because I need that time to just take a deep breath and come back to myself. It's been a journey, and it's going to continue being a journey. And so I'm excited, I guess you can say. I don't know if that's the right word I'm supposed to use. But, yeah. But I did post some questions. I didn't post any questions. I'm sorry. I posted on my Insta story. If you have some questions for me, ask me anything, and I will answer it. And I said I would answer it in this video. Okay, so I am going to go to the questions that were questions that people had for me. So the first question is, did you decide to have your hysterectomy on your own? No, I did not decide to have my hysterectomy on my own. I was told I had 2 surgeries prior to my hysterectomy. The goal with my gyno was to really try to preserve my ovaries, uterus, all that jazz, so that I could have children. I actually was looking to have in vitro, because he did say, due to how severe it was, he was like, I have a very small window, and I wasn't dating at the time, still not, but whatever, neither here nor there. I wasn't dating at the time, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna try in vitro, because I wanted to give birth. I wanted to bring life into the world, and have a kid. And so that was our goal. I had a surgery July of 2014, and after that surgery, it was then that he told me there was no way I could have kids. And egg retrieval was not possible. So he told me I had to have the hysterectomy. I didn't get a second opinion. Watched a couple of my videos. I can't remember which video it was, but if I find it, I'll put it in the thing. why I didn't seek a second opinion. I had a long journey with doctors and it was horrific. So I understood where he was coming from. Let's put it that way. The next question is, what treatments are you on to manage your menopause? I'm not on any treatments. I decided to do this thing naturally. Hormone replacement therapy is something that my doctor actually presented to me. He actually told me I need to be on hormone replacement therapy because I'm too young to go through what I was going through. At the time, I was 33 years old. Right now, I'm 38 years old. He's still like, your body, you shouldn't be going through this, and it's to help you manage your day to day and all that stuff. It's going to help you. I did my research. I understand it could help, but there is a risk for cancer, increasing, heart health, all different plethora of things. And I didn't want to put myself through that. Yes, it is also a risk not to manage your hormones properly as well, because you do need a healthy dose of estrogen and all that stuff, all that jazz, which is why it's important for you to do your research to decide if it's your best choice. For me, I felt like it was not my best choice at all. So I decided to manage it on my own. And how I'm doing with that is I'm doing okay. Yes, I have hot flashes. Yes, I have night sweats, which are hot flashes at night. Yes, I have issues with insomnia. I am managing that through, I take ZQuil. Yeah, it's not all that great. But melatonin, I do lavender. Lavender has been working very well for me, to be honest with you. Lavender and with the diffuser. So I put lavender on my pillow, put lavender on my sheets and blanket. Yes, y'all, I sleep with a blanket. Okay, I have two fans. I have a ceiling fan and then I have a fan. And then the lowest I could drop the AC is 69. Okay, and I still get hot flashes. But it's like, I don't know if anybody else has this issue, but like I have to be wrapped up and I have to feel snug in order to sleep. It's a weird thing now that because I'm in menopause and I'm hot, but I need that. It's weird. I just had to put that out there. So I'm managing that way. Wait, you know what? I have to get my, wait a second. Okay, so this is my lavender. Anyway, it's lavender. Okay, so this is my lavender. I have to get it in these big bottles. Comes with a little dropper. I love the smell of lavender, but I can only smell it at night. Like I can't put this on during the day because I want my body to understand that nighttime is when it's time for sleep. If I smell this now and I go to sleep, like if I, put this on my pillow and stuff like that now, it's going to jack me up. I have a system and I'm trying to stick with my system. Okay. On my website, I actually talk about vitamins. Not all vitamins are created equally. Not all vitamins are great for you. You probably should go to your doctor to find out what vitamins you may need in your body. Maybe there's something that's you need more of. And so you may want to do that. I have actually, when you go to my website and you subscribe to my email list, you will get a vitamin worksheet, or not worksheet, but you'll get a vitamin worksheet with a lot of information about vitamins, and also companies that actually sell non-GMO vitamins. Just saying, some of the vitamins you're buying in the store, all that great for you. So yeah. As women in menopause, calcium we need a lot of. Okay, so I take I don't know the dosage, y'all. Okay, so I take calcium and vitamin D as well. This is for healthy bones, all that jazz. No osteoporosis up in here, y'all. None of that. But for my brain fog, I use this. Let me see. Can we? There we go. So it's a vitamin called Brain Fix. It is vegetarian capsules, non-GMO, by a company. Listen, I am not paid for this. This is just what I'm using. You use what you need to. You consult with your doctor. I am not a physician, okay? Yes, I am a nutrition and wellness consultant, but you still need to talk to your doctor when it comes to what you take. Amelia didn't tell you to do nothing. I'm just telling you what I'm taking. So this is what I'm doing to manage. This is pretty good. I've been using this. I actually just started using this because I noticed my brain fog ridiculous. But I'll also play games. I play no Alzheimer's up in this joint. No ma'am. And then I use, y'all, I didn't say anything about this because before I tell anybody about something, I want to use it for a specific amount of time to see what it does for me. Okay? This company is not paying me for nothing. Got it? They ain't paying me. I'm not no ambassador. Nothing. I get nothing for this. I found this company. Well, I researched Maca. Okay? I researched Maca. And Maca is something that helps with menopause, symptoms of menopause. So I started using this. Royal Maca for menopause. Royal Maca for menopause has blessed my life. Okay, it has gotten me all the way together. I'm not saying that it doesn't eliminate anything, but it helps with all of that. So it's been just a great blessing for me. So that's pretty much it. So if you still have any questions and haven't been following me on Instagram, please go do so. Follow me on at Millennial and Menopause. Go to my website, millennialandmenopause.com. Guys, thank you so much for following me, man. For those of you who have stood with me, it's been 5 years. Feel like 10, but it's been 5. Let me hear what's going on in your post hysterectomy. I hope everything is going well. And if you're going in to have a hysterectomy, hit me up. Definitely, I can provide you with some encouragement and definitely some prayers. All right, toodles.